In this lecture, we'll be learning about the materials and how to create your own material and apply the materials on the surfaces and the objects and to make it more realistic. So what exactly are the materials? So it is a combination of the textures and mathematical calculations that work together to define how the light reacts with the surface. So basically, materials is made of the textures, and the textures in the sense the 2D images. So a texture can be an image of a brick wall, or it can be an image of a wood surface. So that image is basically a PNG or JPEG image. That image gets converted into the material, and that material gets applied on the surface or the object inside the Unreal Engine. So the materials establish the visual style of an asset. On the right hand side, we can see some example. So all these four are the textures. So there are different texture types. We'll learn in depth when we'll be learning about how to create your own material. So let's look at the example first over here. So we have a base color of the texture. We have some normal maps. We have the roughness texture and the metallic texture. All these four textures get converted into one material, and then one material is applied on this object. So when you are viewing an asset in game, such as a rock or a tree or anything, so in that the material is applied to the surface of that rock or that tree, and which gives it a more unique experience and a realistic view. Currently in our level, we haven't applied any material to any surface or any object. Let's take an example over here. We have created this amazing landscape, but we still doesn't have the realistic look in this landscape. It's because no material is applied to it. If I take a look, we have this grid kind of structure of black and white shapes. So that is the default material for this landscape. If I have a look at this cube, it is also having a default material of this white texture. Now, let us try to apply a material on this landscape. So select this landscape, and inside the details panel, just scroll down until you see the landscape material option. So as you can see, none of the material is applied. Just click on this drop down menu. You will see a list of materials over here. You may ask, how did I find these materials in this blank project? It's because we enabled the starter content. So with the starter content, it provides bunch of materials with it. So where can I find it? So right now in this list, we have many materials. So I can select any material I wish. Suppose this material I would like to see. Just select it, and after a few seconds, that material will be applied to this landscape. So as you can see over here, we have this brick kind of material applied. Now, if I want to see where this material is located in my files or the content browser, we need to select this little icon. This will search that asset inside your content browser. So when I press, it will highlight which material is used and where it is present. So of course, it is present inside the starter content. So as you all know, inside the content, we have all the assets of the project, and we included the starter content, and inside the materials, we have bunch of materials right now. So we can select any material I want for this landscape. Here we get a little preview of that material applied on this sphere. So suppose I want this rock sandstone material. I will just select it and press this icon. It will apply the currently selected material on this landscape. So it might take few seconds, and here we have it. So this material has been applied to this landscape and it is looking pretty good. If I get closer, we can see some minor details in it. Amazing. We can also apply the material by just drag and drop on any object. So suppose we have this object over here, the cube object. So I will access the content drawer, and again, we can browse inside the details panel. Inside the material section, right now the base shape material is applied, which is the default material for this. I can go back to the content browser and I can browse any material. I can just drag and drop on this cube. So let me view this cube, and as I drag and drop, you can see that material gets applied to this cube, and inside the details panel, you will see that material is present over here. Looks amazing. Now, if you're having any issues while you're working with viewport, like any jittery experience or lag while working around the viewport, you can always view your scalability settings. So over here at the top, I have the scalability menu, and from here I can select from low to the cinematic, which is the maximum. So depending upon your hardware specification, I would recommend at least the medium settings would work great. Or I can just select auto and it will calculate the best settings for your laptop and you're good to go. Suppose you are not able to find the scalability settings, you can go to the settings menu on the right hand side top, and over here select the engine scalability settings. And from here you can just select the preset that you want. Let's have a look at the material that was provided by the starter content. I will select the landscape and I will browse the material and I will double press it to open the material. And this brings you to the material editor. Now don't get overwhelmed with the amount of stuff going on here. We'll have a look at each and every component while we'll be making our own material. But right now, I just want you to know how this material was made. So this is the material interface of the Unreal Engine 5. So what is the material interface? So the material interface is a node-based system that uses expressions and the functions to manipulate the output to create the desired end result. So this is the output. Over here, you will be selecting the output and it will be get applied to the material finally. So now let's have a look at this material. So I can just browse it and double press to open. So this material was made with some different functions and variables. On the left hand side, we have a little viewport for this material. It's like a visualization for this material, like how this would look if it is applied on any object. You can change the shape of the object. Right now it is sphere. I can change it to cylinder or a normal plane or this cube or any static mesh object you can select.